What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and today we have a total access or a around the league. This is the month of December is just now kicking off, so we have 4 games left this season. We're sitting at 4-8, and let's see if we have a chance at the playoffs. Yeah, man, we talking about playoffs. So anyways, man, the Eagles and the Seahawks, they're number 1 and number 2 seeds respectfully. Then you got the Redskins right there. That's bad for us because one of these teams are going to have a home playoff game. Right, when I'm talking about the Eagles and the Redskins, and the other one's going to be a wild card team sitting at like 10-6, maybe 11-5, 12-4. They're going to have a pretty solid record. The same thing is true for the number 2 and number 4 seeds when you got the Seahawks and the Rams. One of these teams, most likely the Rams, will have a wild card berth with a pretty high record. Possibly 10-6, maybe 11-5, yada, yada, yada. So it's going to make it tough for us to catch them. Basically impossible to catch them. The only thing that we can hope for is that the Rams lose the rest of the games. That will put us both at 8-8. However, the Rams beat us twice this year, so they hold the tiebreaker. So I think that our chances of making the playoffs are basically dead. All right, I think that they're pretty much done with. The Saints have a chance, the Lions have a chance, the Packers have a chance, and the Cowboys have a chance, all sitting at 7-5. The number 9 seed will be the Buccaneers, 6-6. We just beat them. We played the Packers, I mean not the Packers, but we played the Cowboys, and we played the Saints to wrap things up. So maybe we could spoil one of these teams' playoff berth. That would be solid, but I think that's the best that we can do. In the AFC, you have the Titans. They've already clinched, sitting at 10-2. Then you got the Dolphins. They are 9-3. The Chargers are 9-3. The Jets and the Patriots are both sitting at 7-5. Then you got the Broncos and the Browns. So the Broncos might have a chance to get into that wild card spot, but I don't know because right now you have the South represented by the Titans. Then you have 3 teams from the AFC East that most likely will get in, and then you have the Chargers and the Browns. Somebody from the North got to get in, and right now the Browns are sitting at 5-7. And then the next team from the North is the Steelers at 4-8. So the Broncos might be on the outside looking in when it's all said and done. Because, again, looks like there's going to be 3 teams from the East, 1 team from the West, and then 1 team from the North, which could be the Cleveland Browns. So now we're in the owner box stage of this franchise, right? And the question if we really have the quarterback that can lead us to the promised land. Again, he's only 69 overall. We've been playing pretty well with him of late, talking about Josh McCown, but I don't think that he's the right guy. Somebody was letting me know if you draft somebody in the 3rd round, roughly, that they usually turn into a pretty good quarterback going into their 2nd season, so we might try that. We do have 10 draft picks, so because we have so many draft picks, I might try to do like what the Redskins did, drafting the RG3 and the Kirk Cousins in the same year. We might look to do that, somebody in the 1st round and then somebody in the middle rounds, maybe a late rounder as well. But we do have 10 picks. What I'm thinking is defensive line, offensive line, quarterback. Those are our 3 areas of concern. We might try to beef up our secondary some more, maybe add a free safety to the mix. But I think we're straight. You know what I mean? Getting some other receivers, maybe a tight end. I think tight end could help, a higher overall tight end. So we'll see. When it comes to our assets, though, man, we in trouble. So what I did was, to start the season, all this was in red. All of these prices were well below market price in an attempt to get fans to come to the stadium. But hey, if you're losing, they're just not going to come, and we've been losing. However, in the advisory report, it said that we are meeting fans' expectations. So having a 4-8 season so far is what the fans have expected. So what I did, because we only have 2 more home games, we have an away game versus the Bills and an away game versus the Cowboys. So we have the Saints at home, and our next game versus the Niners is at home as well. So an attempt to try to break even this season, because I don't want no big names holding out and then we can't sign them, because that would suck. We're going to set all the prices back at like market price or whatever. And what I also did is the same thing I did last year, was to stop advertising for games. So all this is at 0. Okay, if you're a Cardinals fan, you know where to meet every Sunday, 1 o'clock, Sun Devil Stadium. Make sure you're there. So when it comes to your Arizona Cardinals, we got Josh McCown with a QB rating of 85.7, 2,487 yards, 15 TDs, and 11 interceptions. Again, he's only 69 overall, so these numbers are really not that bad for somebody 69 overall. He also has completed 59% of his passes, and he's averaging 248 yards per game. Already been sacked 43 times, which is a concern. But again, I feel like our right side of our O-line is the problem area. Molden has rushed for 705 yards, 9 TDs, TDs. He also has a grand total of 58.7 yards per game and 3 yards per average. Gary Mills, the last couple of weeks, he has been the forgotten man. He is definitely a power back. Molden to me is kind of balanced, even though he's more power than finesse. I feel like he's more balanced. And then Griffin, he is just straight lightning out of the backfield, a speed dude. And he only has 36 carries, but he's already up to 123 yards. So I do look to use him a lot more. Josh McCown has squeaked his way up to 41 yards. I don't know how he did that because he's slower than slow, but he did it. When it comes to our receiving, Anquan Bolden, he's leading the way. 64 receptions, 759 yards, averaging 11.8 yards per catch, 63.2 yards per game, and 6 TDs overall. Casper, 17.1 yards per catch. He is a monster. 54 receptions, 928 yards, and 4 TDs. Molden out of the backfield has done a pretty good job. TJ Who's Your Mama only has 23 receptions. He's actually like the 4th or 5th when it comes to overall. I want to say 4th when it comes to overall on the team. But for whatever reason, I just like him as my second receiver. I don't know why, I just do. And we got to get a TJ Who's Your Mama every single video. So that's what we do, man. And then Jones, our tight end. Don't really feature the tight end that much in this offense. But, you know, he has done a pretty good job with what he has been able to do. Averaging 16 yards per catch. And then Williams, averaging 30.7 yards per catch, man. 5 catches, 154 yards. That's what I expected from him. We really didn't have too much speed outside of Casper and McGalley. So having this guy who's really fast to catch those deep passes down the field, that's what I want. So we might look to do the same thing in the draft. This draft a fast receiver. Hopefully it can work out for us. Barnett, he's leading the team in tackles. When we go tackle for loss, you see that LaVar Fisher with 14. When it comes to sacks, Wakefield, he has 6. Interceptions, Al Harris leads the way with 3. Then Lito Shepard and Wilson both have 2. So when we go around the league, Matt Hasselbeck, he is leading the way with a QB rating of 100.5. So the NFC West is one of the better divisions. There's a while there in real life, like 2008, 2009 through like 2012, where the NFC West was kind of as bad. But this era of the NFC West is pretty freaking good, man. When it comes to yards, Kurt Warner, the Rams, NFC West again, he's leading the way with 2,938 passing yards. When it comes to TDs, Matt Hasselbeck got 25. Then Kurt Warner is technically second with 21 with Chad Pennington and Tommy Maddox, believe it or not. When it comes to interceptions, Aaron Brooks has only thrown 1, which is good for him. But Dante Culpepper and Rex Grossman have thrown 19. That leads the way for them. And when it comes to yards per game, let's see who has the most yards per game. Josh McCown actually has the most yards per game. Interesting. Very interesting. So when we look at, going the wrong way, sorry y'all. When we look at running backs, LaDainian Tomlinson has 1,531 yards. There's 4 games left, so he has a chance to get over the 2,000 yard mark. When it comes to TDs, my man Tomlinson is number 1, but Brian Molden is number 2. Let's get it. When it comes to yards per game, though, then you got LaDainian Tomlinson, Willie Williams, Ricky Williams, and Fred Taylor all doing their things. When it comes to receiving, T.O., NFC West, yet again, Terrell Owens, 82 receptions to lead the whole league. When it comes to receiving yards, he's also number 1 there. Then you got Molds, and you got Lavernius Coles. When it comes to TDs, you got Lavernius Coles, then T.O., then Plexico Burrs, and then Marvin Harrison. When it comes to tackles, Keith Brooken, he's sitting at number 1 with 100. Tackles for loss, LaVar Fisher with the new number 54. If you missed last episode, the end of last episode, he actually wore 54 for the year where we would have started this franchise, so I gave him 54. He might have wore 53, I don't know, but I just gave him 54. That's what the roster said. And number 45 has a name, Hayes, and a new number. And yeah, so he leads the league with tackles for losses, which is dope. When it comes to sacks, you got Seymour, and you got Kurtz, and then you got Carter, and then you got Ellis, and then you got Warren Sapp. Still doing his thing in the NFL. Kicking, I guess, look at that. Look at, hey, we got the most made, though. We got the most made. No, that's the other Dramatica. Ha! My bad. I was hyped for no reason. We got the other Dramatica. Where are we at? Where's our Dramatica? Where's Bill at? Bill Dramatica, he's made 20 out of 23. So, not bad at all. But all right, you guys, that is basically going to wrap it up. Why are we on the Vikings schedule? We need to go to our schedule real quick. There we go. We have the Niners next. That's at home. Then we're at the Bills, and then we're at the Cowboys, and then we're at the Saints. So hopefully we can break even when it comes to our pockets. I'm not expecting any miracles, but, you know, it would be nice if we could do that. Maybe if we win these next 3 games, we could pack the house for the Saints game, maybe raise ticket prices just a little bit, because again, I'm a man of the people. Y'all should have seen the ticket prices before now, all right? They were in the red. I mean, like $10 below, you know, like market value, if you will, man. So right now, we are sitting at 4-8. I don't believe we have a chance for the playoffs, but we're going to try our hardest to go to 500. The Niners is probably going to be the toughest game. They are the highest overall team that we face. The Bills, not the best team, and the Cowboys and the Saints, they are all battling for a playoff spot. So it should be a fun next 4 weeks of the season. And then for the playoffs, I'm going to try to get y'all some gameplay for the playoffs. I'm going to try to. I'm going to see what I can do. I'm going to see what time allows me to do, because I don't want you guys to be waiting on this series a whole bunch. But if you are waiting after the season, just know that I'm trying to get you the whole playoffs. Like, wild card weekend will probably be 1 video. Then divisional round will be 1 video. Championship game for sure. I'll definitely record the championship game. If I feel like wild card round or divisional round might take too long, then we might not do it. But I think that would be something cool for y'all to see. And then, of course, we'll recap the Super Bowl, you know, just like we did last year. And that will be the style of videos. Each game will probably be about a minute. Super Bowl will probably be about 4-minute video. Then divisional round, each game will probably be around 2 minutes, maybe a little bit longer, maybe a little bit less. Who knows? We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm about here. Coach Dawkins is signing out. I do hope that the rest of your day is the best of your day. A little bit of peace and a little bit of hot sauce.
Check it, every day we're getting it. Hey, check it, put the place up. Yeah, we know what we made of. Can't get enough of you, boo. I'm a chaser, face up.